Hello guys, Chisom here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, since I dropped my very first video on how I got admission to get an MBA here in Canada, I've gotten a lot of questions. People have been sending me questions in the comment section, via email, etc. So I now put up a post and said, okay, if you have any questions as it pertains to studying in Canada, that you should let me know. So I got quite a number of questions. Some people also reached out to me via TikTok, so I just compiled all the questions, and that's what I'm going to be answering in this video, and of course giving more insight on everything you need to know about studying in Canada. So one of the first questions I got was, oh, please, I need a school. How do I know a school that is going to give me postgraduate work permit? Because I mentioned that one of the things that we looked out for when we're looking for schools, in my case, is that we were looking for schools that also made it possible for me to get postgraduate work permits. Now, in the description box, I have attached links, because at the end of the day, you would have to be the one to actually search through the kind of schools that you want. So there's a link in the description box that currently, when you click on it, I think you'll be seeing that in my screen now. When you click on it and you scroll, you'll be able to search for schools according to the provinces that you're interested in. For example, if you're interested in schooling in Alberta, just search for Alberta and you will see the list of schools that will come out, and then you will see if they offer postgraduate work permit or not. Then if they do, you can go ahead and now search for those schools online and see which one fits you financially, career-wise, which one is more convenient for you. Because at the end of the day, those things matter in when you're trying to choose a school. The school that I've chosen for myself might not necessarily be convenient for you, but it's convenient for me. So if you do this, you will see a lot of schools that you can also do your research on, because they all give postgraduate work permits, and then decide which one you want to do. The second question I got was, how do I know, or how does what schools actually give open work permit, right? And what I'll say to that is, in my own case, right? Hey guys, we did a thing for you. We created an expense tracker app and more. If you'd like to know more or download the app, click the links in the description box or in the comment section. Now back to the video. According to IRCC, the website right now, as long as you have a partner that is schooling, your husband or wife can also get an open work permit. Now, I've taken the liberty of jotting down the things that what they said in that website. The link will also be in my description box. So it says here that you may be eligible for open work permit if you, number one, are an international student who graduated from a designated learning institution and are eligible for postgraduate work permit program. Now, DLI, that is Design Learning Institution, is the list of schools, right, that you would go and search the first link to see, oh, does this school have postgraduate work permit? Does it not have postgraduate work permit? So those are DLIs. If you get admission in a school that is not part of the list in that DLI list, well, honestly, I don't know much about that, but I wouldn't want to go to a school that is not stated on the IRCC website. So another point is, you may be eligible for an open work permit if you are a student who is no longer able to meet the costs of your studies, in bracket destitute students. If you have an employer-specific work permit and are being abused or at risk of being abused in relation to your job in Canada. If you are a dependent family member of someone who has applied for permanent residence. If you are a spouse, common law partner, or dependent child of a low or high-skilled worker. If you are the spouse or common law partner of an international student. So from what it says here now, if you are the spouse of an international student, you can actually apply for open work permit, which is what we did in our case. That was how my husband was able to get open work permit. So it's not like, oh, it's one secret somewhere, it's there, right? Another point is, if you are the spouse or common law partner of an applicant of the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program or the Atlantic Immigration Program, if you are a refugee claimant, protected person, or their family member, if you are under an unenforceable removable order, if you are a temporary residence permit holder, and finally, if you are in Canada and being sponsored as a spouse, common law partner, conjugal partner, or accompanying dependent child. This is according to their website, and the link would be in the description box. So please click on it and read accordingly, read well. Please note that I am not an agent. I am only here to share my experience, right? Even if you book I and my husband for a one-on-one, right? We are not agents. We are only going to speak to you according to our experiences and how we're able to write our maybe letter of intent and all of that, because my husband is great at researching, he's great at writing, right? He's great at content and all of that. So he was able to put together a well put together application for us both. So we can actually give you insights on that and our findings, but we are not registered agents or anything like that. So another question that we got, right, was how long can one get study permits? To be honest, it varies for many people. Is the truth of the issue. Some people, I've seen many people on YouTube, they'll say, oh, they got it in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in this, in that. For us, we got it in 6 weeks, right? In 6 weeks, we got our study permit, and my husband got his open work permit. Now, somebody asked, did I require IELTS, like IELTS, to gain admission into my school? The answer is no, and it's not a secret thing. It's that a lot of schools have recognized the fact that Nigeria's first language is English. So when you say, oh, I'm a Nigerian, automatically in many schools you would be exempted from writing IELTS in Canada. And that was our own case. Like almost all the schools that we applied to, many of them are like, okay, Nigeria is exempted from writing IELTS. So yeah, I didn't need to write IELTS. Someone asked, with a visit visa in Nigeria, can you apply for admission for postgraduate degree in nutrition and dietetics? To be honest, I don't know specifically to nutrition and dietetics, but I know that with a visit visa you can apply to a school. Why? Because we came to Canada with a visit visa. It was when we got here that I applied for school, and my husband applied for open work permit through my school application, right? So you can apply, but I don't know if specifically for nutrition and dietetics. I'm not a medical person. I studied mechanical engineering. I work in tech as a product manager. So me or more. Someone asked, were you invited by friend or family on a visit visa or applied as a tourist? We're invited. Like I mentioned in many of my videos, we have family here. We have a family that is a Canadian citizen, so we got invited. Someone said, you mentioned in your video you applied to the school some weeks after landing in Canada. I thought one is meant to do a prerequisite course before you can convert to study visa from visitor visa. Please kindly explain. To be honest, I don't know about that, my dear. When we came, I did not take any prerequisite course. I applied for MBA and I got the MBA. I didn't do anything extra. When we were applying, we applied as international students. We didn't apply as people that were in Canada. We applied as if we're still outside Nigeria and outside Canada. that's just the best thing I can tell you. So I don't know about that prerequisite course, maybe it applies to some other course, I don't know, but in my case that wasn't the case. So someone said, please can you make a video on the proof of funds requirement for the study visa, and if you had to leave Canada to apply for the study visa. So we didn't have to leave Canada for the study visa, right? And as for proof of funds requirements and all of that, so I'm still going to film a sit down with my husband. Like I said, and I've said many times, right, this application was put together by my husband. I did, in my case, I did the application. I applied for schools, I provided all that needed to be provided on my end for the application. But in terms of doing the research, knowing what we need, the proof of funds, all of that, writing the letter of intent, putting together a great application, it was my husband, because he has a strength in research, content writing, like I said before. So he's really perfect at that. So just wait for that video. It's coming shortly after this video. We will be talking about our experience with applying for visit visa, experience applying for study permit, and experience for applying for open work permit. 3 videos with him, you will get all that information. So, but these are the questions I've gotten, and I hope it helps someone out there. Please look at those links, go and click those links. It's very easy. You will get the answers that you want in terms of which school you want. If you want postgraduate work permit, the list is there, and I've read out to you at this moment the people that may be eligible to apply for open work permit. So I hope this video helps you. That's pretty much the end of this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.